Chris Brown in the middle of a huge lawsuit that Gloria Allred and a client have brought forward. They're claiming that Gloria's client, who is anonymous at this point, was held captive at a sex party, essentially at Chris's house.
And that she was raped twice by a guy, that she was forced to perform oral sex on a woman who was menstruating at the time. There are these...
they are
outrageous. I mean, the claims are just unbelievable. So Mark Geragos has represented Chris Brown for a long time, and he has come out swinging against Gloria Allred and this lawsuit. And Mark joins us right now. Mark, welcome again to TMZ Live.
Thank you. Good to be back. How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. So tell us what you, first of all, what you think of this lawsuit.
Well, look, this lawsuit is going to get no traction whatsoever. I mean, I understand what the end game is here. Obviously, if they include Chris Brown, they figure his insurance company is going to pick up a defense and maybe that they can get some kind of nuisance value out of him. This, we were well aware of this. They sent a demand letter. They made what I consider to be an outrageous demand. None of this happened in any way, shape, or form based on our investigation, even close to what they're claiming. And it, you know, part of the reason that your reaction is that this is such an outrageous allegation is because it's so ludicrous. So, you know, the outrage is kind of a first cousin to how ludicrous the allegations are.
You just said that these allegations are way beyond whatever happened, or to that effect. Was she at the party?
Was there? Yeah. Was
she at
how much
this
of it
party?
is true?
Look, I don't want to, I mean, as much as I'd like to get out all of the facts in this and get into the facts, there'll be an appropriate time for that. I will just say that not only did we investigate it, it's been investigated by law enforcement. As you can see, nothing has transpired and nothing has happened. I know that there's people who are claiming that the LAPD is still investigating and LAPD may put that out, but I think I mentioned to you yesterday, guys, the LAPD is not shy when it comes to Chris Brown. I harken back to 2017 and the great monkey caper of 2017. So they can get search warrants for that. If they had really thought that there was anything here, I would probably expect that we would have seen some action by now. But they have probably come to the same conclusion I have, that this is somebody who's decided that she's going to do a smash and grab, so to speak.
You said to me yesterday, you mentioned that we spoke, that you would tell us whether she was at the party. When I asked you, you said, we'll talk about it today on TMZ Live.
That's the cliffhanger. So the answer is going to be, drum roll, yes.
She was at the party.
Correct.
Okay. So you also mentioned, Mark, that they made an outrageous claim, I believe is the word you used to describe it. What was the claim that they made when they contacted you? Gloria and the woman.
Look, I don't want to get, you know, there's something called a mediation privilege. And what I do, usually a mediation is such that, so people understand, you go, usually a retired judge will try to settle the case. I use mediation in a lot of these cases because I want to inform the other side, look, we've done investigation, we know what's going on here, you need to get the facts. That's what we used the mediation for. We used a very accomplished judge who will remain nameless, and I will tell you that we gave them all the information that they should have done their proper investigation. When it comes out, when we prevail on this case, we'll take the appropriate action. I will tell you that the demand was not in the 7 figures, but in the 8 figures. And frankly, I just think it's, you know, the idea is that in today's day and age, that if you make a demand and you make an accusation, that's the first thing that flies around the internet, and that people are afraid of the stories and that they're going to capitulate, or they're going to resign, or they're going to do what else. Look, I prosecute these cases on behalf of females, and you know what? I was sitting yesterday when I talked to you guys in another mediation with another very accomplished female. And her first reaction to this was, you know, it's these kinds of claims that really do a disservice to the Me Too or Time's Up movement. That wasn't me. That was, you know, one of the most accomplished females in the world. And so I would say the same thing. Before everybody jumps on the bandwagon and starts, you know, crucifying Chris, I think you ought to wait and see what comes out and see the stuff that we have developed in this case.
Mark, when I woke up this morning, Gloria Allred had sent me an email saying that she was disputing what you said. She said you never showed up to the mediation and she never asked for $17 million.
My office was there, not one, but two lawyers. I was on the phone, and Gloria can say whatever Gloria wants. Gloria's got a First Amendment right, and she's got a litigation privilege. And I've known Gloria since my entire career, and I wish her well, but the facts remain here. I'll give you one added tidbit. Gloria is representing this woman. They're alleging that this happened at Chris's house, and guess who happens to represent Chris's baby mama now and who is seeking increased support? Take a wild guess.
I'll tell you what. I'll guess if you answer another question for me. I'm going to guess Gloria Allred.
Nope. You only get one more guess.
Lisa Bloom.
Lisa Bloom. Thank you.
Gloria's daughter.
Guys, it doesn't take a whole lot to connect the dots on what's going on here. You allege something happened at his house because you want to put the pressure on him, because you want to taint him as you're trying to go get money for the baby mama that your daughter's representing. So let's be real here. So when you respond to Gloria's email, just ask her, who does Lisa represent? Does it happen to be Nia Guzman?
Okay.
Yeah, but Lisa and Gloria they're prominent lawyers. They represent a lot of people, and at some point they're going to
cross.
Yeah, intersect.
Wait a minute. Hey, Mark, so listen.
There you go. So you could go to work. You could go to work for one or both as a PR flag.
So, okay, wait a minute. Last thing. So, what I said was if I guessed right, which I did because you gave me two guesses, that you would then.
But it wasn't the first guess, Harvey.
No. But you opened the door and
you
said
gave
you
him
had
one more guess.
And I got the one more guess.
But
okay.
that was charitable.
No, it wasn't charitable.
I was looking at your guns, Harvey.
No.
Mark, I'm the mediator here. I'm the mediator in this case, and I heard you say he gets one more guess, which he did, and he got it right.
So now I got to ask you the question that you said you would answer.
Which is?
So who is that woman that you're representing in mediation right now who is saying that this gives Me Too movement a bad name?
Accomplished women.
Who is that person?
Are you kidding? That's never going to be a question I'm going to give up. Mediation privilege.
We were just testing. We were just testing you. Kind of figured.
Damn.
Thanks, fellas.
Hey, wait a minute. Can I do 20 questions with you on her?
Oh, gosh.
No.
20 questions.
I'm really good at 20 questions. I could have gotten it in 12.
You lost on 2 questions.
Okay, well then if I'm so bad at it, then give me 12 questions, and if I get it right, I get it right. How's that?
We're doing that. We're going to continue the serial cliffhanger. That'll be next.
Thanks, Mark.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
All right, by the way, we should say that we said that the woman is claiming she was raped twice at the party. She's not claiming Chris is the one. Chris is not the person who raped her.
It was another guy, and there was another woman
there,
there, but Chris was there, and she's suing him too.